Dudes, I am fired up about this. Zach Evanesh, UndergroundStrengthShow.tv, chilling in the hizzy. Snoop Dogg's hanging out back there, drinking some gin and juice, and I'm fired up. Earlier today, I spoke to probably one of my earliest mentors in the iron game, which is Coach Ethan Reeve. He's a strength coach at Wake Forest University. Super cool guy. I called him up. I told him how bummed I was that I missed the North Carolina Strength Coaches Clinic that he hosts because I mean, he doesn't really have a keynote speaker, but they had Dr. Ken Leisner there. And if you know anything about the iron game, Dr. Ken is really an old school dude. Dude, he trained at the old Zoover's gym out in California, which had like big like gorillas, you know, not real gorillas, but like animals outside. It had like a cage. It was almost like entering a zoo. It was almost like a circus slash strongman slash bodybuilder's gym. I mean, it would have been heaven. I have no clue what happened to that area, but Dr. Ken was there, and Coach Reeve was telling me about all the stuff that he does and his presentation. And, of course, I was so fired up. And then he said that what it's about is, you know, trying what works and trying what doesn't work and always evolving. And I told him, man, next year I'm going to come. I'm going to make it next year. So he said how he was so busy. And he was like doing stuff with his kids. Were like getting jobs and interning. And one of his kids was doing something in Disney World. And then he told me about going to Hershey Park, taking my kids there. And I said to him that I actually took a trip up to Hershey right after Christmas. And my wife, you know, organized the trip because I can't organize those things for the life of me. Took my kids there, and this place is huge, and it takes you through this really cool ride. It's almost like a super slow motion, like a little cart that you're in, and it gives you the history of Hershey Chocolate Factory. Now, Milton Hershey, this is the guy that built up Hershey, started with the Hershey Kiss. I mean, he was bankrupt or almost bankrupt at the age of 30. He just couldn't hold the business together. Things kept falling through, failing, but he kept pushing forward. Things went on through the war, through the Depression. He found ways to donate chocolate and get money to the food to the soldiers. It was absolutely amazing. Chocolate milk, chocolate bars. I mean, blew me away with how he just never gave up. And Coach Reeve said it's the same thing with Walt Disney, who had was unable to find jobs. He worked in his garage. Anytime he had a job, it would like fall through. Just things were not going his way. He created several businesses in garages, which, you know, reminds you of who? Me, baby. I had that shit rolling out of my parents' garage, their backyard, then out of my garage, and there were times where things were slow. And even here at the Underground Strength Gym, there are times where things slow down. But I never give up. I always persist. I always push. 30 people could tell me no. You know, 300 things could go wrong, but I never stop. I never quit. And I used to think that maybe this is how everybody is and this is what everybody does. But now the reason why I look and why I'm ahead of others, this is not to be conceited or arrogant, is the bottom line is I take action. Even if it's not the correct way or the perfect thing to do, at least I'm taking steps and moving towards action, which is really the big ticket towards making things happen. Now, you can't just take, you know, crazy wild action, things that have no sense. I'm always moving in the direction of what I want to do. So now it just gives me a huge confidence booster because here I am starting the Underground Strength Gym license, and it's a time of one of, like, you know, it hasn't been a economic recession like this, I think, since before I was born. I'm 33. You know, maybe my history is wrong, but I heard the news in the background today when I was at a Starbucks, and it was like this other depression was sometime in the 70s, I believe. So who would be crazy enough to start something big like this? But I think this is the wave of the future. These big chain gyms, they can't make money. They're shutting down everywhere. So much overhead, too little, not enough quality service for the clients that come in. We've got this, you know, the little Underground Strength dungeon, and these are going to be popping up everywhere. And the cool thing about it, and yes, this is like totally shameless promotion, is The people that are licensed underground strength gym holders, you'll get done-for-you marketing materials. Because nobody would know about my gym if all I expected were my clients to tell people. You want to know the truth? Sometimes the parents of my athletes and the athletes themselves, I'm finding they don't want to tell people. It's like the secret weapon they have, and they're afraid that their other friends and teammates get better than them. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, it's truth. That's just the way it is. So we're going to give you done-for-you marketing materials, ways to get the public to find out about your gym, how to bring people in, how to create unique, rare experiences, and build just an amazing, magnificent place. Like Tony Robbins said, the reason why we have relationships is to heighten the human experience. Well, the members of this gym, they train here not only because it's so effective, but the experience they get here is just, it's beyond what words could explain. It's only something that could be described and felt if you're here in the mix, in the underground strength gym. So I just want you to keep those things in mind. Some of the biggest names out there, men and women, all around the world, not just, Hershey and Disney, are people that failed numerous times. Bankruptcy. Come on, the Trump. Didn't he claim bankruptcy? But he never quit. In his book, I think it's Think Big and Kick Ass, he talks about how it was so hard to get out of bed on those days because he had to face all the time. He'd be going to these meetings, and who were at the meetings? The bankers, the people that were giving out loans that he was unable to pay back. But he forced himself to get out of bed, put on the suit and tie, and just go and kick ass. And if that's the only message I could give you in plain English, you've got to kick ass. That's it. UndergroundStrengthShow.tv, Zach Evanesh, kick ass, kill it, crush it, smash it up.